Well, it seems my first streamers are already fucking up here. Well, I say my first stream, it's not my first stream, absolutely. First stream, here. Oh, there I fucking am. Yeah. I don't know why it's, giving me so much fucking trouble. But, I am currently looking at the stream. And let me try to full screen this motherfucker. I'm trying to see how it looks to you guys. It doesn't look so bad here. Even though it's giving me a fucking bitch session about my bit rate, which is weird because I'm streaming in the 720, on account of my current bandwidth. My videos in 1080 are usually pre-records from my streams. Let me blow up my my face for a little bit. I want to see how I look that way. There's be a fair bit of latency too. What the fuck? I did set myself to normal. Okay, let me see. It doesn't look so bad. I don't know what they're bitching about. I guess they assume that every well, it could look a little better, but oh fuck me, I have no idea what's going on. I just switched from YouTube to switched from Kick to YouTube for this new fucking channel here. I just set this up so I wouldn't have to delete the live stream off the main. Oh boy, it's always something. It is always something with this fucking thing. What the that damn phone dropped. There's a thing that happened. Anyway, it seems like it's not particularly horrible for a 720. Let me pop out the fucking chat real quick. Where to use the here we are. Where to use the site chat over the widget. The widget. Alright, let me go back to my designated spot on the lower left, I'm sorry, of the of the window here. And let's begin a game, shall we? What? Why is it moving there? What the fuck? One moment, please. Retro arc. Uh-huh. There it is. Why is there another... No, there's only the one. Strange, huh? Oh, well. It's nothing... What? Why am I seeing... Oh, God. Fucking damn. Why am I... I sometimes wonder why this piece of shit is such a pain in the ass to me. You know what? I got a better idea. Let me full screen this bitch. One moment while I iron out the kinks here. Video output. Hey, you're full screen. Alright. That should do the trick. Of course. Fucking, do that shit. We'll, that off for now, and, put a display capture in its place. EP2, there we are. Fucking camera back up top, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, fuck, I realized I gotta move my fucking chat window. Everything that could go wrong is just going wrong right now. Which I think is fair. But I must admit I'm used to things going at least a little more fucking smoothly. The chat window, just so you guys know. We'll pop that here. Move this down. And boom, I can see the chat nice and clear. In case anybody finds this. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this shit. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're gonna be playing something new today. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Quarth. As you can see, this is something of a different game than we normally play around here. I just thought this would be a good test bed for the live channel. Now, the way this is going to go, the main channel is still Game Time with Jesse Zamora. I just made this channel here Live Time with Jesse Zamora, so that I can have the Raws here without having to fucking go through the trouble of deleting them when I want to edit my, sorry about that. When I want to make the 1-hour blocks. That'll end up on the main channel. Anyway, speaking of different, what's this game? Quarth is a Konami puzzle game. And yes, I realize it's not normal to see a spaceship in a puzzle game. Basically, the idea, as you can see, is that you're supposed to shoot the shapes and make perfect squares out of them. Let's see how I do, yeah? And we'll start at the beginning, why not? Start, and off we go. Now, obviously, you can just make immediate squares. But if you're ballsy and make something a little bigger, you can get more points. Of course, the downside to that is that you risk messing yourself up. Also, there might be stuff in front that will determine if you even can make the square that you're trying to. So the idea is basically, hey, how far do you want to go? How much are you willing to risk? Also, when you make a square, you get a small pause in the action. Which will allow you a moment to breathe. And boom, there we go. Now, I don't exactly... Okay, I'll take it. Sometimes I wonder how some squares are considered complete and some you can't combine. Well, ooh. Come on. Ooh, that was close. And boom. So I'm not entirely sure how some of the combining works. But I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. But yeah, this is pretty much the nature of the game. Just put the pieces together. And hope you make one big enough before it all goes to shit. And the entire setup is basically getting as many points and making some squares. Boom, that's huge. All right. That's another huge square. Let's see if we can get some good points out of this one. Okay. Boom. Cleared out. And further off we go. Okay. I think I'm figuring it out. Ooh, that was close. Oh boy. Oh, I almost died there. And that's what I was talking about, the balance you need to make between getting them big points and not getting your ass killed. Woo! And another set of big points. Oh, fuck. Come on, there we go. I'm sure you can imagine this becomes an even bigger pain in the ass. If, when we get to the, faster areas. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. 8. The 8th level of Area 0. Boom, that's what's up. Zero 9. There we go. Woo, that was close. Huh. And we've made it from World 0 to World 1. That's what the fuck is up. Whew. Max Block 7. And now we're in World 1. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. And another. What the fuck? And I'm done. Fuck. And that's how easy it is to die. So it's best not to get too cute if you can avoid it. I say as I try to get cute. Huh. And we're at 2-1. You might notice also we are moving slightly faster. Than we were in World Zero. Boom, there we go. Shit. There we go. And that'll be all for that. I wonder how far I could go. Boom. Woo! Another set. Ah, shit. Fuck! Alright, we're getting to 5 as well. Come on, there we go. Alright, drink 6-1. Woo! And another set. And I'm fucked again. Damn! As you can see, this game is actually a lot harder than it lets on. Especially when the movement speed starts hitting the next octave. A little frantic. A little itchy with the trigger finger. The next thing you know, you're trying not to die. Hey, look at that. I made it to World 2 at least. Bravo in fucking D. Look at that shit. And this is World 2. We're back to a more subdued color palette. Gotcha. What the fuck? Ah! That's our game over. I figure that's a good good one shot there for Quarth. Hope y'all have had a wonderful time. I know I have. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, God bless you. All right, that was a good first stream. Turned out rather well, I think. No, we don't want to do that. Let me pick another game for us to get into, shall we? I think I've demonstrated Quarth quite well. Sorry about that. Go back. Playlists. What can we play on our little list? Good question. Well, Master System's interesting. Not a lot of chances to play here, owing to the Master System's relative lack of popularity outside of Europe and Brazil. Being an American, I'm not too familiar. What can we use? Okay, yeah, we don't need to do Moonwalker. Mortal Kombat, that's a little silly. Pac-Man, Outrun. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the Genesis one or the arcade, one or the other. Okay, Roku vs. Terminator. Don't need to worry about that. What can we play? Always a thing, right? Spy v Spy. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm not sure if anybody's watching, but if so, let me know what you think. You can always use the extra feedback. as it were. Huh. This is different. I don't want to do that until I'm done with ease on the current playthrough there. I still gotta fucking download those latest parts. We're not doing that because I was so fucking frustrated. I really want to do right now. Illusion. Huh? Land of Illusion and Legend of Illusion. What the fuck is that? Weird. Weird as fuck. Max, King's Quest. And Satan. What can I do for a simple look at? This wouldn't be a bad idea for a full-on playthrough. Don't think that this has issues with leveling, so I don't have to worry too much about grinding or the things like that. Something to think about. Let me see here. Fantasy Zone makes for an interesting puzzle experience. Let's do this one for a little bit. Huh? And there we are. Now, fucking hell. 3, 2, 1. Y'all know what time it is. Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's time to play our newest game. And what would that be? Fantasy Zone, The Maze. Anyway, you think it's going to be a normal... No, we don't need anything right now. It's going to be a normal game? Nope. It's a maze chase. Right? Motherfucker. But yeah, this is very much a Pac-Man clone. I'm not sure what the hell I'm supposed to do there, but whatever. Oh, there's our weapon. For all the fucking good it's gonna do us. I'm here. Thank you. Yeah, the main idea is you pick up the money. And then the enemies turn into bigger money. And we move a little bit further. Let's get ourselves, Oh. We don't get a lot of time to purchase things, it seems. Probably just as well. Then I'll grab that. Grab some more money. You notice the spot where it keeps telling me to touch. I am basically forced to stare at that pretty much all the fucking time, unless I'm gonna get overwhelmed by enemies. Alright. And we continue to the next maze. Okay, it's just showing me what's on the maze. Okay, I see what's going on here. So you basically find the goodies. Oh, fuck. Grab that, and grab the big monies. Yeah, I wonder why they thought to make a maze chase based off of all games, goddamn Fantasy Zone. It seems like such a mismatch, you know? And we have a bonus. What the fuck? Okay, we're on the... Oh, this is nice. Okay, there's those two. Let me grab that other coin. Come on. There we go. Oh, we got a good bit of money, though. That's always good. Interesting choice. And now we're at Tabas. So no, no boss battle, but then again, how can there be a boss battle when you're dealing with a, essentially a money collection game? What's up, Penguin? Come on down, son. Ugh, I got killed already. Ah, fuck, no selling, okay. That does suck. These guys are cheaper than the ghost monsters, I'll tell you that fucking much. And you can once again see why it's such a fucking pain in the ass to deal with the spawning point, or whatever the hell that's supposed to be. But at least we got to the next maze, right? Alright, up to the next. Oh, this was more of a maze. What up, Penguin Man? Join the party. Well, the invincibility certainly helped. Whew. Oh, shit. Damn, got... that's a universal Pac-Man Hazard right there. Oh, do that real quick. Apparently too late. Oh! And, that's the game. That's a good little one-shot, I think. Little show what the kind of game we're dealing with. As you can see, no continues. Which is fair, it is a maze chase game. You know, not much point to that. Anyway, hope y'all have had a good time. I know I have. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, God bless you. Alright, let me see something here. This fucking thing on for a little while. Let me go back to windowing this motherfucker. Settings, video. But no, full screen mode. Alright, let's see how this goes. Not a big fan. Well, not that one. Alright, let me see if this will let me, pick the fucking actual window this time. Or if it's still being a fucking pain in the ass. Alright, that's a good thing. Let me take a moment to rename the files we just made. Very important to make sure that you don't make too much trash, you feel me? And there we go. I just wanted to make sure I had those locked up and ready to go. What's going on? I want to make sure that I have uploaded everything I need to upload on the other account. Very important. I like to make sure things are good. Okay, we're in a good way. We're gonna do one more for this test run. Figure one more for the old test run will be more than enough. A few one-shots can never hurt anyone, right? Playlists. Oh, fuck no. Here we are. Playlists. Okay. What do we want to play right now? I can always stand to mock the fucking SG-1000 a little more. I already showed Hero. Hang on to makes for an interesting contrast. Let's see if this fucking thing works. Hey, it's for today, bitch. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're continuing our one-shot-a-thon today. And what are we playing? We're playing Hang On 2, but not a great version. This is the SG-1000. Oh. Let's go to level 1. And yeah, that's tinny as shit. I feel the need to remind people as is always the case when I play an SG-1000 game, that this literally came out on the same day in Japan as the damn Famicom. I'm not sure, I don't think this was one of the launch titles, but that might be a blessing, considering how weird and jerky the scrolling is here. What we're seeing here is a system along the lines of a Kali. Oh shit! Game over already. Fuck me. That wasn't good. I was expecting to have the whole timer. But yeah. I'm not sure where anybody thought that this would be a good home system for 83. I mean, fuck me. The 2600 could make a better better racing experience in the right developer's hands. And I realized I fucking forgot to set the third gear. Well, it's a good thing that I was able to get to the checkpoint, at least. You also notice that there's not very much in the way of sound channels. Fuck you. No. Now, owing to the jerky as shit scrolling, it might take a little while for the turn to actually affect your car. And more to the point, it might take a while for the turn to stop affecting your car. When you're when you straighten out. And it sucks that you can't really enjoy the music, such as it is, because clearly there are limits to the sound channels that we have access to. Now, it wouldn't take long for Sega to realize that that this is maybe not the system that was meant to fight against the NES. Unfortunately, by the time they figured that out, Nintendo had pretty much established a monopoly in both Japan and the US. Honestly, had it not been for Mastertronic and Tectoy, I'm not even sure Sega lives long enough to get to the Genesis. I mean, yeah, they were, well, let me rephrase that. I don't think they try their hand at another console after the Master System. Simply because of just how embarrassingly bad their performance was with this in Japan, and I think also New Zealand got the SG-1000. Correct me if I'm wrong. and the performance of the Master System outside of Europe and Brazil, it's amazing. Oh fuck! I don't even know that. I don't even think they would have seen potential for the Genesis had the European and Brazilian companies not stepped up. Because Sega was fucking rudderless. Story of their lives, I understand. Then again, you know, maybe I'm giving too much credit. Sega at the time was very much an arcade-first company. Actually kind of hampered a lot of Sega's progress in the home consoles, I feel. Like, you'll notice that after the NES came out, there really wasn't much. Okay, cool. First stage. Again. Course 2. But yeah, after the NES, or the Famicom, came out, Nintendo really pulled back on their arcade ambitions to focus on the system. You know, they put out, like, the Versus system, they put out Play Choice 10, you know, things like that. Famicom box in hotels. But, like, after the NES came out, they really switched focus and became almost entirely a home company. Ah, there we go. And there we go, Seaside. Whereas Sega, they continued to divide their efforts between home and arcade. And it got to the point where they were decidedly ill-prepared for the post-arcade gaming market. Fuck! It's just hard to tell with how fucking, squirrely this shit is. When you're not gonna have the effects of the turn. Oh fuck, I forgot that shit again. How you like that? And that should be it. Well, that was Outrun 2 for the SG-1000. But let's have a little compare and contrast, shall we? Go to the Master System. Where's that fucking game at? Work. Okay, right side of the control pad. There we go. And here we are with Hang On the Master System. And immediately, you can see just how much better this is. There doesn't seem to be any music in-game, though. But it's a small sacrifice. Already, the road is hella smooth. The scrolling is beautiful. You know, this is pretty much what Sega should have come out with at the start. Also, another problem with Sega in the SG-1000 days is that they insisted on doing everything on their own, which is why it was so easy for Nintendo to scoop up all those crazy ass exclusive contracts. At least in Japan. So by the time Sega realized that they were going to need third parties, as the old saying goes, it's already too late. As you can see here, it's since the scrolling is a lot more natural, it doesn't feel as abstract when the bike starts to lose control. You know, it makes a lot of sense when you have to push back and forth between, you know, when you have to throttle yourself a little bit and when you can really put the gas in. And it just goes. You can also see a lot more detail. You know, they actually added stuff into the backgrounds, so it feels a bit more like an actual place that you're rolling through. You know, I think that if this had been what Sega put out that first for their first system, I think they would have been able to position themselves a lot better in Japan. Well, provided they were willing to open up to third parties early on. You know, because having actual competition right at the jump would have made it a lot harder for Nintendo to establish their massive monopoly. Of course, that would have required Sega Japan to be intelligent. And I think we can all agree that throughout the entirety of Sega's run as a home console manufacturer, the Japanese branch did more to get in the way than anything else. Pretty much poisoned all their other successful regions after how well the Genesis did, with all the bullshit and add-ons and all that. And you gotta, you know, there's a reason nobody gave a shit to buy the Saturn. You know, they've been burned so many fucking times. Of course, it didn't help that Sega's other weakness, their over-reliance on arcade titles, gonna thank that system. Alright. Challenge the next course. Don't mind if I fucking do. Yes, sir. And off we go. Whoa. That's always been one thing that's weird to me about racing games of this era. Game doesn't even start and motherfuckers are just zooming past you. Just absolutely max speed, trying to kill the shit out of motherfuckers. I mean, I guess this works in the context of a arcade style racer where you're just up against the clock. And the clock kind of gets tighter with with every run. As you can see already, the better control provided by the smooth fuck only made it so that was my first crash. Unfortunate though it might be, that had to happen sometime. You'll notice also the lack of any banners or the like. Another extended play. I think they put those in for the Genesis version, which I think will be the final one we look at. Derp. And in we go. Wait, oh shit. Ah, fuck. Trying to get a little cute. That's what happens. No. Not sure I'm gonna make it this time. But it's worth trying. Derp. Oh shit, I did make it. How you like that? Do we have street lights and a cityscape? No. Gotta feather the accelerator in instances like that. Kind of hard to balance yourself between trying to pass people and trying not to eat the side obstacles. And okay, I think. Oh fuck! Shit. See that? I should have let that guy pass. Hey. I love how the other guy doesn't die when you fucking crash into him. You know, that's not fucking weird or anything. Fuck. This one I'm almost certain not to make. Or maybe I can. No! Shit. Oh shit, I might actually make it. Yo, what's up? Let's see how I do on course 3. Certainly they're gonna make it a little harder now, yeah? Fuck. Yep. Very careful. There we go. Ow. Oh yeah. They've tightened it up a little bit. This might. Oh fuck. Oh, that was easy. Three. Oh, damn. skin of my teeth. That was so close. Come on. There we go. Alright. Alright. No. As you can see now, they're demanding that you run courses without crashing if you want to make it. Again, I was incredibly close to biffing it. No, 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 no. No. Yikes. Fuck. Yeah, we're close to the end of this segment, but not quite there yet. Okay, that was a bit more comfortable, which is kind of weird. Yeah, usually when you get through these kinds of games, it's supposed to get harder the further you go. You know, easier is not what I expected. No, that's not. And off we go. One more turn to go, it seems. Come on, let's get in there. Okay, that's weird. Yep, there we go. Let's pass these motherfuckers. Here we go. Hell, I could probably stop for 10 seconds and still make it. Okay, I think that's more than enough of an exhibition of this game. It's just gonna keep repeating. So let's move on to the last game, shall we? It's gonna be here on the Genesis. What the fuck is it? Oh fuck! I just oh yeah, no. And oh, it's hang on. What the fuck? That's how you know I'm doing this way later than I should. Wait. What the fuck? Why don't I have hang on? Oh, super hang on. Oh, you know, I'm not really used to the super fixation on Genesis games. I just called it hang on back in the day. I never really paid attention to the super part. And there it is, super hang on. And it seems I have to refocus our our display. There we are. And this is the final game, Super Hang On. Now, you might notice the password system. That's for the so-called career mode, which isn't as much of a big deal. And besides, it's kind of out of the purview of our of our current run. Now, this is a launch Sega Genesis game, or near it, rather. As you can see, it has a different set of tracks than the one for... okay, there's the... as you can see now, it has only two gears. One that you accelerate by using the C button, and the bigger one that you use the B button for. Now, the graphics are sublime, make no mistake. But this version of the game has a problem that was not an issue with either of the previous. What, you might ask? Well, put bluntly, the controls have a bit of a delay to them. And yes, this is also true on original hardware, before anybody asks. It seems to take like a half a second or so after you press the button for your movements to be reflected. Now, compared to the arcade, and even compared to the other versions of the game we were just playing now, this makes for a less pleasant experience. You also might notice that it's a bit choppier than it should be. Okay, where's the there's a checkpoint. Oh yes, there's another thing. You can use your nitro when you reach the maximum speed by pressing both B and C together. Of course, the problem is getting to your natural maximum speed in the first place. And as you can see now, we have road signs. In addition, oh fuck, all the other lovely issues. And with that, this game's over. As you can see, you don't even get the rundown that you did with Hang On 2 on the SG. Well, at least I got to stage 3. You put S, and we'll end. And since we gave so much time to the Master System, I'll do one more run. You know, give it a shot. See if I can get it to sound a little bit, if I can get a little better. And of course, everybody runs off after, because everybody gets a better start than you in an arcade racer. Oh fuck. And as usual, accidents only seem to have any effect on you. Fuck, I already crashed. It's over. There's no way I make it now. Which is actually interesting. The Master System game was clearly too easy. Right? This game, by contrast, is hard as shit. Now, a large part of the problem, when it came to this game, was that Sega rushed the hell out of the Genesis because they thought the Super Nintendo was going to release in Japan in 1990. So they wanted to have their system out in 89 to beat them. Of course, joke was on them. Nintendo delayed the Super Nintendo for a year and wouldn't launch in Japan until 1991. And that's it. Yeah, the reason these early games particularly had such issues with frame rate and the like was that the Sega Genesis is basically a pared down version of the System 16. You know, had they waited, had they made something that was closer to the actual System 16 hardware than they ended up having, I think this game and a few of the other ones, Outrun, Altered Beast and the like, would have turned out a lot better. Still, not a bad version. You know, anyway, that was my look at the 3 home Outruns before we just started getting, you know, direct 1-for-1 arcade versions. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, God bless you. And with that, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I think that's been more than enough of a test of this stream. At least now that I have a second live stream channel here, I don't have to worry about deleting things when I go to the primary. You know, this is going to be a pure raw channel. So, you know, expect 720p video here and the occasional drop frame, maybe. But, you know, oh shit, you'll see the real videos on the main channel in 1080, and it'll look a lot better than this. Anyway, thank you for your time.